Samsung's big new software update is here. But here's the surprise. One UI 8.0 isn't actually that big of an update. Despite being based on Android 16, it feels more like a polished job than a major leap forward. If you were expecting flashy new features or a redesigned look, you might walk away thinking this should have been called One UI 7.1 instead. But that doesn't mean it's not important. Here's why it matters. One UI 7 already gave Galaxy devices a fresh overhaul, so Samsung didn't need to reinvent the wheel again this year. Instead, One UI 8 is all about refinement and spreading some of the Galaxy S25 and Z Fold 7 perks to older models. That means if you're holding on to last year's flagship or even a solid mid-ranger, you're still getting access to some of Samsung's latest tricks. Now let's talk design first, because that's usually the most obvious change people look for. Honestly, not much is different here. You'll spot small tweaks in Samsung's apps, like rounder buttons in menus and a new background blur effect, but the overall interface looks nearly identical to One UI 7. Think of it as fine-tuning rather than a fresh coat of paint. If you liked how One UI 7 looked and worked, you'll feel right at home in version 8. As for features, Android 16 itself didn't bring a ton of visible changes. It's mostly about under-the-hood improvements. So Samsung kept things like too, but one addition stands out. Now Brief. This is a Galaxy AI-powered assistant designed to learn your routines and give you personalized suggestions and actions. It's a smart companion built right into your phone, and Samsung is making sure it doesn't stay exclusive to the very latest models. Another highlight is camera functionality trickling down to older foldables. If you've got a Galaxy Z Flip 6 or Z Fold 7, One UI 8 adds the log video recording feature that debuted with the newer devices. For creators and video enthusiasts, that's a meaningful upgrade without having to buy new hardware. Samsung also lists a handful of quality-of-life improvements in the official changelog. Quick Share is easier to use, Samsung Internet gets a redesign, DeX gains better display support, and apps like Calendar and Reminder have been streamlined. These aren't headline-grabbing changes, but together they make the day-to-day experience smoother. One big difference with this update is timing. One UI 8 is arriving earlier than any previous version thanks to Google pushing Android 16 to manufacturers faster than before. That means the Fold 7 and Flip 7 ship with it out of the box, and updates for older devices start rolling out as early as September 2025. Samsung's flagships will be first in line, followed by mid-range and budget phones. So who actually gets it? The eligibility list is pretty generous. If you've got a flagship released in 2022 or later, you're covered. Most mid-range and budget phones from 2023 onward are included too, thanks to Samsung's 3-generation update policy. That means a wide range of Galaxy owners will see One UI 8, even if they're not holding the latest and greatest. Here's my takeaway. One UI 8 might not be flashy, but it's a sign that Samsung is maturing its software strategy. Instead of overwhelming users with huge yearly redesigns, the company is making sure older phones keep feeling fresh and capable. For anyone who doesn't upgrade every year, that's actually great news. You're not left behind when Samsung introduces new AI tools or useful camera features. In a way, One UI 8 proves that updates don't always need to reinvent your phone to be valuable. Sometimes it's about stability, polish, and making sure the latest innovations reach as many users as possible. And that's exactly what Samsung is doing here. So if you were hoping for a major visual overhaul, you'll need to wait. But if you're someone who appreciates smoother performance, smarter AI integration, and extra features without upgrading your hardware, One UI 8 quietly delivers in all the right places. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.